See me, I'm like, huh. But I hit that play button anyways. Hi, everybody. Lisa Fry, My Mystical Life. How are you today? Hmm. I forgot to drink my coffee earlier. I found it at the coffee pot, stone cold. So I put an ice cube in there and said, it'll work. It does the same thing. Look, My Mystical Life. There we are. Yes. Okay. Hmm. What have I been working on today? We had our members question and answer session last night, and I'm freezing. So covering up. Uh, we had our members question and answer last night. And they come up with some really great ideas for new classes, and really excited about those. And I've been putting together a protection class because, of course, all of us know that as we work spiritually, it's so important to wrap ourselves up in spiritual protection. But we come across some really great new classes. That's my cousin Sharon. Hi, Sharon. We come across some really great classes that everybody was talking about, wanting to hear about. And we're talking about doing some classes on vortex. We're talking about, actually I wrote this one down earlier, what and why we make sage bundles and how to make them, some of the best stuff to use, stuff like that. We're going to be doing classes on that. The Nephilim, the giants, of Easter Island, things like that. We had a special request. Hi, Angel. There's my sister. Is that you, Kelly Doyle? Okay, I just saw that pop up. Awesome. We had a special request for Sam to do a class on crystal definitions, like double terminated, the little sidecar things, different uses for different shapes and stuff like that. So we have that coming up. We're going to be talking about light language. I still have to look up Hybrazil. Somebody was talking about Hybrazil. Oh my gosh, I have some wonderful bundles, you guys. You guys realize you don't have to use just sage to make bundles. I'm getting all tucked in my blanket under here. Sam's comfort is so important. When he gets home, I just freeze until he gets here, and then it's cuddling on the couch. And it's not that cold here. It's 70 inside, but I just, I like to spend a lot of time outside. So when I do come in, I'm cold. So I have some really great sage bundles that when we were up at the Botanical Gardens in Montana, we made with chamomile. We used echinacea, the whole flower. And you guys want to talk about some beautiful smelling bundles. And we put sage in there and cedar as well. And when you burn those, let me tell you, it is so amazing. So the diversity that you can make with a bundle, you don't have to just have sage. It's really, really cool. And we also had people interested in talking about light language, which, oh gosh, okay, we can do that. Stargates. We're going to be doing classes on stargates. And Becca says, I was reading, have you ever heard of people feeling the sensation of being burnt because of people burning sage doing rituals? I have not. Have you? I'd be interested to hear about it. I would be interested to hear. Yeah, I love cedar as well. Cedar Atlas is wonderful for saging and stuff. Matter of fact, the protection class, I go over that a little bit. We want to have a class on fairies because last night we have a class on elementals, and this is all in the late bloomers, you guys. So if you guys are, everybody is an intuitive. Everybody on the planet's an intuitive. There's Lisa. Lisa, I need to message Lisa. So, oh no, I can't. Yeah, I need to line up for, okay. So everybody's an intuitive. We are all talking, when we're talking about this, we're talking about the class for the late bloomers membership, you guys. And I'm not very organized today. Oh, that is not what I was looking for at all. So now I'm lost. Dang, I clicked a button. That's not the button I wanted either. Oh, there we go. This is the late bloomers membership, you guys. Super affordable. $11, $11 gets you in the door and gets you the classes and a guided meditation and stuff like that. And then if you're up on the next level, you get into the healing sessions with Sam, and oh my gosh, he's just really amazing with that. Deb Lewis says she got really nauseated after saging her house. Not sure if it was the smell or something else. It's hard to tell. Maybe some people have allergies to that kind of thing. Next time, try incense. You can use sage incense. Ellie Coyle, hi. You can use sage incense as long as it's pure sage incense. You can do that as well. Or what I like to call bitch be gone spray. You can use a sage essential oil and put it in vodka because the vodka doesn't leave a stain and it evaporates very quickly to help go through the house. I have a bunch of it at home. When we get home, we'll start retailing it. But it's, just here is too difficult to do that. And I have somebody that wants a class on tulpas. He keeps asking about class on tulpas. I'm not quite sure about that. I'm sure we will dive into that. Interesting. Oh, so we're going to do a class on fairies. It was so interesting. I forgot to turn my beeper thingy off. It was so interesting last night because we were talking about fairies and people were going, whoa, wait a minute. I used to think fairies were a great thing, and fairies are a wonderful thing. They're wonderful elementals to work with. They're very helpful, but they can also be very mercurial, so we don't try to tick them off. And then I have another class listed here, but for the life of me, I cannot read my own handwriting, so I don't know what it is at all. I think it said something like microwave, but I'm not sure. It's micro something. So if anybody from the question and answer last night has an idea of what micro something is, let me know because I can't read it at all. My handwriting is atrocious. Okay, everybody, hi. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. I'm going to share out really quickly. And then we're going to go do some readings here. And we have the Shamanic Apprenticeship. I was just loading all of the first classes up for the Shamanic Apprenticeship up. Yeah, no, it's not that though. I do have that down as a class, but I don't, I'm sorry, I'm talking to Erin now. The Nelphiliums, yeah. I do have that down as a class, but I don't know what that micro thing is. It's the first thing I wrote down, and I have no idea what it is. So it looks like it should say micro safe. It really does. Micro safe, but I don't understand that. Yeah, see, Ellie, I was wishing you were on there last night because she says there's loads of stories of people who pissed off the fairies. And I would love to hear some of the lore that goes up with that. Can you sign up for just 1 month? You can sign up and then remove yourself, definitely. You're not obligated to stay. You can definitely stop whenever you feel like it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we were talking about asking Ellie because she's Irish, she's over there, and it would have been really interesting to get her take on it. But it was also in the middle of the night, so there's that. So I'm going to share out. Well, that ain't how I wanted to do it. That ain't how I wanted to do it. Let's see. I am actually I'm taking a break. This is my break time. I was loading up all those Shamanic Apprenticeship classes and going through, making sure I have everything right, because I'm going to release them a little bit early to the people that pre-signed up so that they can get a head start on it. Okay, here I am sharing. That's what I'm doing. Okay, if everybody could share just a little bit, I would appreciate it. Like-minded groups, we love them. And we also had people offering up who they would like to hear interviews from for the intuitive spotlight, because here's why. Just because I get on here and I talk doesn't mean I know everything. Thank God. I don't want to know everything. And I'm always trying to get other people's perspectives on what we talk about, stuff like that. And it's important to be able to do that. So I really think that who everybody wants to hear from is so important. So if I approach people that they say, hey, I'd like to hear from this person, and they throw stones at me, then that's a thing. But I have quite a few people already queued up to go ahead and do this. Ellie says, yeah, some real horror stories about cutting down the trees, not as if the middle of the night keeps me back from a great discussion. I know, but it was well past the time you had hopefully gone to sleep. We hope you get sleep. Okay, let's move on. Linda, I saw that. A 3.5 or a 3.4 in Monroe. I know everybody's like, oh, that's so little. Yeah, not for Michigan. We don't get those things. You loved fairies until yesterday. We were just explaining to Lisa Gomez that not all fairies are Disney-like. They're just not. Disney glamorizes a lot of things, and if you look back at the lore and the mythology on a lot of these elementals, they can be quite aggressive. They can be very helpful. Like in the shamanic practices, we definitely lean on the elementals often when we're working between realms and interdimensionally. But the discussion, here's the discussion last night, Ellie. I'm just gonna, and if Edwin gets on, just know I'm not throwing Edwin under the bus. I'm really not. But he wanted to go into their realm. He's like, I know all the rules. I want to go to the fairy realm. And we're like, no, you don't. You don't want to go there. You invite them to come work with you here. You don't trespass. You don't trespass. And he was absolutely certain that he wanted to do this. So if he does, me and James Von Prague, what is James? I'd fangirl over. I just love his energy. I just do, and I just think he's awesome. I want to be like James Von Prague. That was like my goal. Don't worry about earthquakes up in Michigan. They don't get them very often. Just don't piss them off. Just don't piss them off, right? Okay, let's move on. Let's do this. Let's do this. Like I said, this is my downtime for the day. I'm getting off of the, look at this. I'm getting off the internet for a bit. Okay. If anybody else has ideas for classes, we are open to taking suggestions. Frankincense. I love frankincense. Frankincense is like the do-all must-have in your essential oil kit. My mother-in-law, she's still shocked about the fairies. My mother-in-law uses it to remove skin cancer. She doesn't cut it at all with any carrier. She just puts it on the skin cancer, and like in 2 weeks, she can just peel it right off. And of course, that's surface stuff. So, yay for the Stargates. I'm kind of excited. We were like, who watches Stargate? We're like, oh my God. We should have a watch party for Stargate. Honestly, a huge Stargate fan. Huge Stargate. I was so destroyed when they took it off. They started losing me when they were down doing the Atlantis one. That kind of lost me. Okay. All right, let's do this. Bitch be gone spray. I'm telling you. It's easy stuff. Okay. Okay, moving on. Let's see. The recording is up for the question and answer, you guys, on the membership. So you guys can go see that. They can be sneaky, but great for planning. I'm okay, here, let's do this. Geraldine Owens, are you still on here, Geraldine? Geraldine. Oh, let me get you the link. Somebody was asking about the shamanic class. The shamanic apprenticeship is a year-long, serious apprenticeship. It is not a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. It is, you will have journeyed and journeyed and journeyed, and you will know your guides. Geraldine Owens, are you still on here? I'm looking to see if she's still on here, guys. If not, I'm going to scroll on. Oh, look at this. Sharon says, Lisa dreamt about my mom for the first time last night. There's a room full of about 200 dozen different kinds of flowers she bought. Aww. My brother Dan was there too. I asked him, who bought these? He said, Mom did. When I woke up and I thought Mom would never buy 200 dozen flowers. Strange dream. Yes, she would. Yes, she would. If it meant how much she loved you, yes, she would. This is my Aunt Phyllis, you guys. This is my cousin Sharon. So we're talking about my Aunt Phyllis. She would, you know what? Doesn't have to make sense on the other side. It just doesn't. It can just be beautiful because she loves you. Okay. I'm looking to see if she replied. Nope. Geraldine is from your neck of the woods. I think she's already gone. Okay. Let's see. Let's scroll through here. Debbie Lewis. Yeah, I'm going to say I'm going to say fine. I'm going to say fine. Uh, we'll be fine. He'll be fine. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I get the impression of right now. Okay. Frankincense is great for thyroid. Okay. I didn't know that. Linda Gillum, you feel like you need some boosting today. Look at me. I'm trying to keep my legs warm. This is ridiculous. I can look out my door and see the palm trees and I'm going, and I can't go sit outside and do this, which I would love to do, but too many variables out there. So if everybody could share one time, that'd be great. All of my links are under here, you guys. Next time I come on, there's going to be a bitchin' sale going on. I'll have a discount code up there for you next time. I meant to do it today, but I didn't get it done. Okay. Linda Gillum. What is that? Trying to figure out what they're giving me here. I actually get this feeling as if I want to rest my head back, as if maybe I have some neck discomfort, or if my eye hurts. It almost feels like I'm getting a pushback like this. Oh, I understand. Thank you. I don't know if you have had any incidences where you've had a concussion come back and push your head back this way, or if you have something coming up in that like that. Just make sure that you are keeping yourself limber. I know this sounds like a really strange reading. Keep yourself limber. Don't be tensing up. Don't create any issues in your neck. Just kind of keep stretching. If you're holding your stress in your neck, you're going to create headaches for yourself. And just never drive any faster than your angels can fly, please. That's not something I say very often, but I just kind of get this backwards feeling as if maybe someone maybe nicks your car just a little bit or something along those lines. Just make sure you're paying attention really well when you're out on the road, and keep your shoulders loose. Keep your shoulders loose. Don't tense up, because you're going to cause yourself some neck issues that way. Yeah, that's what we're going to go with. Okay. She's like, that's not what I got here for. What the hell? Where are the sunshine and roses in that? Dang. Okay, moving on. Okay. Yeah, I do Young Living oils as well, Kim. I'm a distributor. I don't have any stock right now, but I'm a distributor. Let's see. I'm looking. I'm scrolling through. It's freezing there. Where are you, Lisa Murray, that you're cold? I'm going to go with Laura Carls. Laura Carls, whatever is stressing you, you need to relax. Let that go. There are some things in life that are out of your control. There is nothing you can do about it. Whether it's the fact that you have to be in or whatever it is, it feels like there's some small reoccurring thing that just happens and happens and happens and happens. Just make sure that you're not giving your attention to it as much, because that generates the same thing to happen over and over. Really redirect your thought processes away from the little things that do annoy you to something that's really quite beautiful. Look at the sunset, go notice nature, go do something, go ground, go do something different. You need to shake up your routine a little bit and create moments of beauty. And you have a guide that says fluttering moments of beauty rather than sitting and worrying about something. You can't control everything and everybody, so just make sure, and I'm not saying that you're controlling, what I'm saying is you worry too much about some things that are out of your control. So just make sure that you are gravitating towards the beautiful things in life and putting your energy there rather than worry. It's easy to say, I know, it's so much easier to say than it is to do, because we have loved ones that we want to worry about, but it's important because you have to create a positive energy. Okay, moving on. Yeah, oh, I bet having outside, Lori is teaching outside, having outside class with attention is hard, I bet. It's Brenda Climo, how are you today? I'm supposed to pull you a card if I knew where my cards were. I'm still working on the deck, guys. I'm this sounds like it's taking forever, and it truly, truly is. And I'm trying to be patient, but I'm working on my fourth card, which is Mana. This is the Mana card of the Hawaiian wisdom cards. And this is about everything. This is about the balance and the love of life. And oh, just a really great card. So I'm 4 cards in to 44. I had someone say, "You're so dedicated." I'm like, you don't know. Normally I'm like, not. But this, I feel like I need to go slow on. I just need to study. Okay, moving on. This is Brenda Climo. Brenda Climo. What is that? I feel like I'm trying to look upward, Brenda. Like I'm trying to look over the brim of like a visor or something like that, trying to see something in the sky. Your guides are talking about looking upward and releasing obstacles that are standing in your way to see. Oh my gosh, that's really cool. Releasing obstacles that stand in your way to really see and experience the nature of the divine because it's around you. I don't know if you feel like you're being touched by energy or something along those lines, but they're saying it's around you. All you have to do is look. You just have to step out of something that's normal for you. It's like, and this is the image they give me, is if you're wearing a hat and you're so used to wearing the hat that you would look around the rim, then take the hat off to look up. Got me. I don't know, I'm just the messenger, man. Okay, let's see what your card is. Talking about expectation. I just think, I love that. Your heart's been waiting to hear this. It's like you're waiting to go next level. You're waiting for things to come in that haven't quite happened yet. It's just pin your hopes and your dreams and all of your aspirations onto what you want. And you know that, I don't have to tell you that, but I love that for you. Okay, moving on. Okay. Getting a lot of smoke from Oregon. There's a lot of fires going on right now. Yeah, I know, right, Leslie? You get what you need, not what you want. Isn't that the way of it? Okay, Bonnie Bond. Let's see. Bonnie Bond, I think there's something that's going on around you that you're hearing that is not beneficial to you so much. Because as I start talking about this, because I immediately got pressure in the ears, and sometimes that means clairaudient, but other times that means external forces are talking to you, which would be in the form of another person or media. That's important right now. Everybody that's wrapped up in all this media coverage, you guys, it is like poison for the earballs is what it is. It's hardcore negative hypnosis. And I don't care what your affiliation is. I don't care what your channel is either. They're all the same. They're all the same. So make sure you're paying attention to what you listen to. But I really feel like it's somebody's telling you maybe you're not able to do something that you think you should be able to do, but you believe it in some respect. So make sure you're paying attention to that. And you have a guide saying reaching beyond your boundaries and doing things that you never thought you would be able to do. You really are diverse in some of the things that you're able to offer other people. I don't know if you realize just how they show you having your hands out in 4 different directions, covering 4 different areas of stuff. So you're able to do a lot of different things. And there's people that's not something that they like because it might make them feel a little not competent, I guess is the best way to put it. Okay, moving on. Moving on. Oh, you're in Australia. Okay. Wow, I'm behind, aren't I? It's snowing in Australia too. Holy cajoli. Okay. Let's go with Lisa Murray. If everybody could share one time, that'd be fabulous. I'm horrible recently at doing like the homework kind of stuff. This is all of our links are right here. Okay. Check out the new My Mystical Life webpage. We have a new webpage, pretty cool. And I'm still working on tweaking it here and there. So if you find a glitch, please let me know. I would like to know. I just put a a chat bot on it. I'm like, seriously, computer whiz now. I have a new chat bot on there so that if you guys have any problems or questions while you're on the webpage, all you have to do is check on that, and I am right there as long as I'm awake because we're in different time zones. So I have a bunch of things on there. If you get on there and you check it out, let me know. Send me a, hey, I was on the webpage. Okay, let's see, Lisa Murray. Lisa Murray, I want to talk about being clairvoyant. I feel like you have a lot of internal dialogue as well, but so we're talking clairvoyant, clairaudient, and I think you just have this really great imagination, and you're maybe not even realizing that you are incredibly gifted and incredibly special, because not only, okay, thank you. Not only are you see that was one of your guides going, making me really take a good deep breath in to let me know that you're also claircognizant, where you can actually feel other people's pain. I don't know whether you're aware of all these things or not, but you wrap these up into a nice pretty little bow, and you're quite dynamic in your clairs, because when you usually have a clair cognizant, you're usually clairsentient as well, which means you're an empath and you pick everybody else's crap up anyways. So not only do you get images that you probably just think are a great imagination, and you hear things that's great internal dialogue because you're just talking to yourself, but you also pick up a lot of different stuff that people around you are throwing off. And if you're not taking care of yourself energetically, you can take all that in and create and manifest illnesses and just depression, things that you don't want. So make sure you're taking care of yourself, ground, center, protect on a regular basis. I hope that helps. You can tell when I'm channeling, I start talking fast, man. Okay. My friend's daughter passed away and his nephew a day apart. We live far distance apart. Do you think I will hear from him? Thanks. My friend daughter passed and his nephew a day apart. We live far distance apart. Do you think I will hear from him? Cheryl, I'm having a really hard time getting my brain to wrap around that. My friend's daughter passed and his nephew a day apart. We live far distance apart. Do you think I will hear from him? I'm going to have to come back to that because I can't wrap my brain around it. I don't know. I can't wrap my brain around it for some reason. Moving on. Shara Chelsea. Cheryl, Claire, message me, and we'll get some clarity on that. Shara Chelsea. Why are we wanting to move towards Claire's? Shara, I need to tell you, first of all, it's beautiful 72 degrees in Maine. Never been to Maine. That's like one of the ones I've not been to. I've been to 47 states and I've not been to Maine yet, so it's coming up, I'm sure. I want to tell you that Archangel Michael talks about following you around. Actually, he talks about wrapping you up in his wings, and pulling you in close to protect you. Usually when he talks about this, there's been some sort of illness either with you or somebody around you that you need love and support from. So just know that if you feel that you have this individual, this large energy around you, or if you feel like somebody's standing behind you and nobody's there, that's Archangel Michael. He has this huge presence, this huge vibration, and when he wraps those wings around, it is almost like this incredibly impressive, deep to the heart hug. I don't know if any of you on here have ever experienced it. It is quite amazing. Give me a yes. Yes, I have, if you've ever felt the presence of Archangel Michael, because he is just truly amazing. So I just need you to know that he's following you quite closely, and he will be for quite some time. Okay, moving through. You're blobbing at the beach today? I hope there's another word for that than blobbing. No, you're resting, you're recharging, Brenda. You're finding peace and solitude, and that you maybe needed downtime. Ah, yes, Ellie Coyle. Ellie Coyle. Were you on here the other day when I called her Fanta and her guide corrected me? Her past love, when they corrected me, they're like, Fanta. I mean, immediately. Immediately. I loved it. It was great. I was like, ooh. Okay, moving on. We're moving on. Okay, moving on. Yes, Marta, I believe your mom's going to be fine. She'll be so happy when you come back, though. I yeah, she'll be fine. Let's see. I am scrolling through you guys as I Oregon. Oregon. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oregon. Whatever. Whatever. I'm scrolling through. I'm way behind. I'm way behind. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting everybody that my guides want me to do. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I love what I do. I think that is, I always feel blessed to be able to come on and talk with people and have a good time. And I'm trying to do more reading today uh, than storytelling because I kind of slip off into storytale time. So I'm trying to stay over on I'm trying to keep between the lines. Uh, okay. Oh, I love this. Kim Ingram says, one night I asked for comfort while being very down and felt this huge presence and vibration all around me. Maybe it was Archangel Michael. I will agree with that. Um, I have had moments. Matter of fact, I had somebody I knew that had passed away, and he was kind of a negative influence in my life. Not really. He was a driving influence, but he was somebody that didn't believe I could do anything and told me that. He had no problem telling me that. And he actually took his own life, and he has a hard time leaving me alone. So I was laying in bed one night, and he was just giving me such a hard time. I couldn't go to sleep, and I was like, Michael, Archangel Michael, I just need a little help here. I need a little bump. And it exactly like you say, Kim, I felt this huge presence. And just, if you guys, when you finally get that moment where you go, holy cow, there is so much energy in this universe that we haven't even touched. We are not going to touch it in this physicality. That it's infinite. And boy, laying there and just feeling that whole energy just shift away and replaced with this incredible vibration was just the most amazing thing. So yeah, it definitely, he does come in when we need him. He does come in. Oh, Donna's brain was poked by a Q-tip today. I'm so sorry. So sorry. I'm going through here, guys. My stories are so fun. I can't, there's my sister is not allowed to come on and share stories, on the other hand. She's not allowed to do that. You guys, oh my gosh. Mara says, I had my higher heart chakra open yesterday, felt a bit of pressure on my chest. Should I be concerned? Absolutely not. Not. When, guys, when we are going through change is never easy. It's never pleasant. Growth is never comfortable. So just think of it like that. When we're going through things and we go, oh, I didn't care for that, really, it's okay. We don't have to like everything. Just know that growth can be uncomfortable, and it is still really amazing. I do love that you realized that it was your higher heart chakra. Lisa says, the peppermint has helped as Sam advised. What can I do to give to a loved one the kindness and care he gives? What can I do? My guides help a lot, but I need to give back. So what can I do to give a loved one the kindness and care he gives me? You know, and actually your guides are right here saying, just return it. Just return it. That's what's expected. If there's we always want to give something physical, or we want to give an expression of our gratitude and our love, but the best thing we can actually do is give the exact same thing back, and it is felt and appreciated. And I'm also supposed to tell you, as I just said that, I'm also supposed to tell you, Lisa, what is that? It's not petalite. It's a pink stone, and I don't know why they want, this is a release old habits kind of thing. Lepidolite, a fine piece of lepidolite. And you don't even have to really give it to the person that you're caring about. You can put it under their bed, put it between the mattress, put it in their pocket. It doesn't matter. It's about breaking old habits, some habits that need to still be released. Who on here has ever really seriously called in Archangel Michael in a moment of need? Like, not just like, oh, I could use some help, but I mean, really concentrate on, I have a need to be protected and cradled in love and light, and felt the validation of him coming to you and helping you. Who can validate that? Who can say that's happened for me? It really is amazing. It really is amazing. Matter of fact, you guys, within the membership, the Late Bloomers membership that we have going on, the classes, we have coming up on, let me check the schedule. So I was doing today, scheduling. The 31st, I will be doing a trance. You'll be getting a trance to Michael. So this will be something you guys will be able to have in your repertoire to listen to over and over and over again, to sit in front of Archangel Michael. And actually, I had it already recorded, and it was beautiful and it was gorgeous. And then when I went to listen to the replay, something happened to my audio that it slowed down my 15-minute, because I was only halfway done, 15-minute meditation into 15 hours. I'm like, what the hell happened? And I couldn't even hear it because it was so slow. I couldn't even hear it. And I'm like, well, okay, I must have needed to do that one over. But so that is going to be available within the membership on the 15th, not the 15th, the 31st. And here is the link to that, you guys. So let's talk about growth. There we go. Yeah, make sure you call on him more, Kim. Definitely. Oh, you guys, it is so amazing. Look at all the people that have done this. It's amazing. You like my little character? I like my character. There's a story that goes with her. She's my Metatron chick. She's my Metatron chick. I had her made after Metatron hit me in the head with a 2x4. Everybody on here knows the story about Metatron and the 2x4, right? And Bewitched. It's a funny story. It really is a funny story, and it just cracks me up every time because I'm like, wow, I know nothing. Okay. I love that we have so many great people on here. That if I've not hit somebody, if I've not hit them, but gotten to them, they're like, I'm right here. Let me help. I do love that. Okay. Sandy Schwenk, you have a wonderful question, and I'm going to answer it so incredibly vaguely in the way of every psychic in the history of the world. No, I'm going to answer it to the best of my ability. But her question is, can you tell me where I am in my journey? Now, this is a tough question because her journey is never going to end. Her journey, and every single one of you guys' journey, is always going to be expanding and growing and moving out of range, so you're always working towards something. So the question is kind of loaded, and she didn't even realize she asked a loaded question. Every time you get close to what you think your goal is, what is my life purpose? You guys do not know how many times I've been asked, what is my life purpose? And I have to tell everybody, it changes. It's different every time you get close to it. Your guides go, uh-oh, we can't have you grow every day. Sandy, you're doing wonderful, by the way. And your guides are giving me like a ticker, like a gasoline gauge. So like she needs more than that. And I'm like, okay. So they give me like a gasoline gauge, and they're talking about you're like at like, and don't take this number as the gospel here, just because I'm going to describe the number in a minute. You're at about a 35%. And if you consider even the most even gurus are never going to hit 100%. There's never a master on this side. And they say they give you points for effort as well. So you have tons of points for effort. And I love that they're giving out gold stars. I want to know if I get do I get a gold star? I want a star. But they're like giving you points for effort in there as well. So I don't know. Oh, you know what, Becca? I have definitely had a past life in that very retro-y time frame. I actually know a little bit about it, but it's really kind of cool. And when I do get home and I have my actual stuff, I have tons of retro clothes at home that when I'm taping classes I used to wear all the time. But I'm not home. I don't even know where home is right now. Ohio, someplace else. I don't know. Hawaii. I know it's not Hawaii because I'm leaving here in about 2 weeks. So, oh, that's my card. So, if everybody could share one time, that would be fabulous. And let's move into our clairs. Shall we move into our clairs today? My guides keep wanting to move us in that direction. An A for efforts, right? Do they give out sparkles? I don't know. I want sparkles instead of stars. I don't know. They're gold stars. They're gold stars. Yeah. Is it true? Patricia says, is it true we experience everything in life? Wait, we choose everything we experience in life if experience, moving so quickly. Sorry, if we experience something bad, did we choose it? Another medium channeled, Paul Walker, and that's what he says. Could it be true? Oh, it's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. Think of the other side. You hear this big, beautiful light on the other side. You know, you're greeted by loved ones. You're greeted by guides. This is the life between lives. It is our hospital for our soul, for helping get over everything we've done here to regenerate and move back and go back for another lesson. Hardest college there is right here on earth because of the diversity of emotion, and that's why we come here. Okay, the other celestial beings don't do all of this range of emotion, so we choose everything we do here to create emotional situations so that we can learn. We cannot learn without having emotion, without having diverse emotions, and the way to do that is to create issues, and that is how we create growth. There's always growth in pain, always. It's there. It's part of the lesson, and we choose it. We pick get this, you guys, we pick our body. We pick our parents. We pick our trials and tribulations. We pick our guides, and our guides pick us. And we also have soul family that we pick to come back with, and different. Maybe the last time you learned loss from one person, and this time they're learning loss from you. You know, we pick every aspect of this. There are variables that change some things, but the long and short of it is what happens, happens. We pick our brain, our body, our situation, everything. Everything. It's planned. All of it. Life between lives. And when we get settled and situated and we're in a permanent place, we'll be offering life between lives. But that is going to be in person, because you can't, I'm not going to take somebody and put them that deep under trance and not be right there in front of them. I know, right, Donna? I did not pick this body. I figure I must have been smoking hot in my last life. Just, this is a payback. No. No, you know, it is about coming to peace sometimes with who we find ourselves to be. This is why when we're doing Akashic soul awakenings, the trance meditation healings and things like that, and the soul tapping, and we find all of these different dynamic past lives, but still you can see the lessons in them. You can see the patterns and how lessons have translated through time and how we're still doing the same shit. It's so amazing. Amazing. I did one for somebody today, and I swear I think I have brought back one of my favorite past lives from somebody else, a soul fragment, and it was a beautiful little Russian dancer. Oh my gosh, she was gorgeous. And I'm thinking, how? It was all about being on stage and being having rivalry and all these really incredible things that we do in our past. That's just amazing. By the way, next month we have a class on Akashic records, so you guys can read your own Akashic records. It's just amazing. We need to do a class. We need to do a class on life between lives. Jennifer Lewis, we've met? I can't see but this tiny little picture, so don't be offended if I'm like, we've met? I don't know. I think it was my grandmother's grandmother. Yeah, there's so much we choose to go through. It's just amazing how, I know I was smoking. Man, I've better been smoking hot in my old past life. Actually, in my last life, I was a dude. I was a dude in my past life. It's okay. It's all right. I work with Elvis. It's okay. So it's all good. So can I help you gain more control of yourself? How? The only person that really can do that is yourself. I help people gain control over their intuition and create confidence. It's changed me. Oh, so much. So changed me. Okay, I'm reading here, guys. I didn't pick to go to Weight Watchers every Saturday morning. Glenda, freak man, killing me. Okay, here is an excellent question, and I'm gonna go with this one. Normally, guys, I don't go through a lot of questions. I go through and I give you what your guides want you to know, but this is an excellent point. And so I picked being an identical twin. This is Laura Carls. So I picked being an identical twin and losing her and going through all of this sadness and loss. When I'm doing readings, usually, and we were talking about this, I can't remember what class we were talking about with this the other day. When I'm doing readings, I can usually see, it was late bloomers, cherubs or small children in people's energy field. And what happens is when we are on the other side and we say, okay, I need to experience extreme loss and I need this in my life to move forward on this other area that's down the road. And somebody in your soul family loves you so much that they came forward and said, I am going to take a break. I'm not going to manifest into a human incarnation. I'm going to hold back, and I'm going to be your guide through the rest of your life. I will remain with you because you and I are one, and I'm going to stick around. And anytime you need me, you can call on me. And that's absolutely channeling information right here. Anytime you need your twin, all you have to do is reach out emotionally. Twins have that incredible bond, whether they're here or not. And that's because even from the other side, they've chosen to stay as a guide. Now, they could have chosen to have passed and gone back and done their own thing and still been part of the lesson. But I find that twins stay very close to each other and stick the whole life along and are the first to greet you when you go to the other side. Waiting right there, even before your guide, because that soul member loves you that much. I would not be surprised if this was not a first tier soul member, somebody that we would consider a soul, that she actually says soul sister, a soul member that is very close sibling in other lifetimes as well. So never, ever, ever feel alone. They stay back to hold on and hold that space for us to be able to help us and teach us lessons. And I know it's a weak explanation for a lot of pain. I understand that. But it is what happens. It is what happens. And, it's interesting. They represent themselves differently if they never made it into a human incarnation, or if they only lived a very, very brief amount of time. They'll show themselves as cherubs, and if they lived a little bit, they show themselves as young children, or as they age, they show themselves at different ages. So it is really quite beautiful. It's quite beautiful, and it's very, very sad. I love Philippa says, I was a native high chieftainess in one of my past lives. You guys would be so surprised at some of the really incredible, amazing things that we have seen and done, and how we've helped history move forward and have moved mountains to be where we're at. Literally. Sandy's decided to identify as a princess. I don't consider Snow White, but I'm just that good. I find some loyal subjects. Yes. Bippity, boppity. But is that Cinderella? Yeah, that's Cinderella. Yeah. Okay, God, that light in front of me is just killing me. Okay. I'm scrolling back around. And I like that Isis puts this here. So I guess we're going to chat about past lives. Your son was born on Elvis's birthday? A huge Elvis fan. My salon, you guys, our day spa was called Nail House Rock. My husband was, because I opened it by myself, he had a different job, and he was like, what? I'm like, no, that's awesome. I played 50s music until the shop rebelled and they told me I couldn't do it anymore. Anyhow. Donna feels British. So let's do this. Where do you guys think you're from? Where do you think you've been? When we're young, we have fascinations with different places. I was fascinated with Egypt, and then somewhere along the lines that faded away and I wasn't so fascinated. Ireland and Scotland are on my list. For some reason, I want to go to New Zealand. Iceland, Sam wants to go to Iceland. He has a huge pull to Russia. Let's see, Hawaii, if I could stay here, I would. My heart is here. I'm leaving in 2 weeks, and it's going to break my heart. I'm going to bawl like a baby all the way home on that plane. It's horrible. Last time I left, I got on the plane and I watched a movie and I was crying anyways because I didn't want to leave. And then I watched a movie and it was Him Before Me or something like that. I bawled for hours. Never watched that movie on the plane. Never. Never. Okay. All right. Moving on. Let's see. When I journey with you, Lisa says, when I journey with you, I see myself as a real thin blonde. You know, we talked about that. There is no incorrect way to meditate or journey. When we are journeying, hi everybody, hi. And I'm so far behind here. When we are journeying, we can do it first person. There is no wrong way to do this. We can journey right here and feel and experience everything, the smells, the touches, the taste, the dirt, everything. That's a good shamanic journey. For me, when I can experience all that, I'm like, I'm here, man. I am here and I'm taking names. But then again, I'll find myself, and I'm never myself when I'm journeying, but I will work from a third person perspective as well. And I'll see it like a movie and I'll see myself as somebody totally different. So when you're meditating, don't ever think you can do it wrong. There is no way to meditate wrong. I don't care if you're meditating for a minute or an hour or 2 hours. I prefer a good 20-minute meditation than a 2-hour meditation because I feel like I have maybe drifted off at some point after that. So you can't meditate wrong. Just do it. Just do it. And ask your guides to let you know where you've been. We do have that Akashic Call class coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's after the Violet Flame class. And I'll tell you what the class links are here in just a little bit. So I see where people are talking. Oh, I love that, Leslie. That's a great question, Leslie. Which time? Which time? Okay. Let's see. Where's the lavender? Right there. Okay. Okay. I am a teacher. I can't tell you whether I'm your teacher, Jennifer. That has to be your call. I had somebody asking me earlier, should I join the shamanic apprenticeship? And I'm like, I would love to have you there, but I'm not going to tell anybody that I'm your teacher because I can't make that call. I can't make that call for anybody. And if anybody rings with me, that's wonderful. If not, I totally understand. I am not everybody's cup of tea. I do not look like everybody's shaman. And I've had some people ask me that. They're like, what makes you a shaman? My education. My education and my guides and the time I've spent into my work and my connection and my love of what I do. And people look at this and they don't see shaman because I get a lot of, what's your indigenous training? My guides. If you've heard me talk about my guides, I talk about them a lot. And people tend to believe that you have to be Native American because that's the way we think here in America. But every population on the planet has had shamans. Every population. French, English, they've all had shamans. It's just a different look. And my hair may be purple. So it took me a long time to realize that I'm doing me. And that's how it goes. So I can't tell anybody what's right for them because it took me a long time to figure out what was right for me. Okay, I love Leslie's question here. What time? And while I'm here doing that, since I did that, there's the membership to the late bloomers, and we keep it super affordable. So if you do decide you want to join with us, man, we are a hell of a lot of fun, aren't we, guys? Who's in the apprenticeship? Who's in the not the apprenticeship, but the late bloomers? We're a hell of a lot of fun. Okay, we have quite a few people in there. Okay, Amy Bradley says everywhere. Excellent answer. Excellent. Egypt, I would agree with that, Fanta. I would agree with that. Jennifer says, I'm fascinated with Jerusalem. I actually see a lot of money exchange with you, by the way, Jennifer, in Jerusalem. I would have called you a male energy and not just one time in that area. Your soul likes that area. It likes the Middle East. It likes the Middle East. I actually hear the call. I hear a call like yelling, enjoy some kind of call. I don't know what it is. My love life in this life has been a bit challenging. Learning lessons always is. It sucks. And I saw something the other day that said, how did they take their last? How did that soulmate treat you? And they're like a lesson. I was like, damn. I like that, Tracy. Take Old West. I've run across some really incredible Akashic records for Old West. It is amazing how gritty those people were. It's just amazing. Italy. I love Italian food. Italy and Spain. And Ireland, Sandra Kale. All those places, all those places. Donna Culverhouse, Britain and Wales, absolutely, absolutely 100%. I found out I'm 62% from there. Wow. But since I can't remember. Look at me all here reading by myself. I would also say South America, and they talk about deep roots, and I hear drumming from South America. Fascinated with the Chinese culture, and it's so vast and so far back. And I've definitely, Galen, when I read this for you, I see terracotta soldiers. I don't know if that's Chinese or if that's Japanese, but they're talking about the terracotta soldiers, and I see whatever the hell that is, what is that? They're showing me this huge piece of pottery that has a dragon wrapped around it, and there's something inside it. I would look up dragon pottery, huge vase. I feel like it's in front of a palace or something along those lines. There's something inside of it. I'm not sure what that is, but they keep showing it to me. Interesting. Oh, I was back in the 1800s. Is that back or black? It's just a question. Because there's 2 or 3 letters missing there. I can't read that one. You'd be surprised at how many lives I've come across that are working towards resolution right now on past lives with people that were caught in the slave trade. Uncomfortable subject. I have no sides on this. But people that were caught in the slave trade on all sorts of nationalities, passing away in ships and never even making it to where they were supposed to be destined to go. There's a lot of unrest in that area right now. People are trying to resolve these issues, and we see a lot of it. Laura, don't, she was 53 when she died. They always stay. And I understand the feeling of loss of connection, but don't think that she's gone. She last October. It takes them a while sometimes to reboot and come back. So either she hasn't decided that she's back here yet to be significantly right here with you, or you're just having a hard time seeing through that emotion and feeling through that emotion of depression and missing. Amy Bradley says, I'm connected with India lately. India is vibrating differently right now. I didn't realize that until you just said that. India is vibrating differently. Like, I don't even know how to put it. Like higher and cleaner. I don't know. It's like the vibration's different. It just kind of hit me. Amber, I'm drawn to Egypt. Egypt, huge amount of life in Egypt. The span of time for ancient Egypt is amazing, and you'd be surprised. And here's the thing I want to tell you guys about most of our lives. We were all cogs in a wheel. There's very few. Everybody wants to be Cleopatra. Cleopatra was a bitch, okay? Nobody wants to be Cleopatra. You can't have 50 million Cleopatras. We all have to be the people that move the society forward. And yes, she may have made decisions, but boy, I hear she was a grouch. So, but if you hear everybody tell it, there's like 50,000 Cleopatras, and really, I would much rather be someone who helps move society forward in a positive manner. Isis, I was drawn to Egypt when I was young, but I'm drawn to water, islands in the UK area, the Polynesian Islands, Isis, Lemuria. It's because you're higher vibrating now. You're resonating higher. You're resonating above the strife of Egypt. Egypt had a lot of backstabbing, and there was periods of calm and peace, but you're resonating more towards the Lemurian energy than you are Egyptian energy. Leslie says, depends on where in my journey doing the meditation, I was a male chief. That's amazing. Isn't that great? We can find out sometimes during meditation who we were. That's why I say I never meditate as myself. Very, very rarely do I meditate as myself. I'm always usually this young Indian guy or some chick. I don't know who she is. Can you do me a past life reading? I do past life readings all the time. I do Akashic Soul Awakening and Akashic Soul Retrieval, which is a shamanic technique used to bring back trauma from past lives that's holding us back in this life here. So I do Akashic record readings where I do cut cords and things, but I also do a lot deeper stuff. I work in the Akashic records a lot, and I didn't realize just how much I'm kind of gravitating more towards the Akashic records with Archangel Metatron than anything else, and I didn't realize it until, like, I don't know, right now. Because I do most of my stuff in the Akashic. Drawn to Viking Celtics. Love it. Love it. There's a lot of tragedy there. There's a lot of love there. There's a lot of community there. There's a lot of history. Kim Ingram says, when I was young, I was fascinated with Japan. I've always wanted to go to Greece, Scotland, Australia, New Zealand, and the Philippines. Now, the Philippines would be interesting, but you've hit almost everything on my thing. I've not really been fascinated with Japan, but everything else, hey, let's do it. Let's go on a field trip. Greece? Yeah. Greece? Yeah. Glenda says, I'm not sure where I'm from, but I have always felt like I was rich and dream of giving people money. Isn't that amazing? I live payday to payday. But the first thing you would do if you won the lottery, wouldn't it be like pay off everybody's mortgage? Those are the kind-hearted people that really are, that's a thing. You've learned your lessons with money. Jennifer says, I've tried, but it's hard for me to meditate. Always change the way you're thinking when you have issues. I am working towards the most effective medications. Do I need medication? Meditations that are possible. And then they start, because you're building your own barriers when you say, I'm struggling. Say, I'm efficient. I'm working at my very best meditation possible, and it is mine. It is happening. And pave your own way. It really, visualization is only your imagination. Every meditation is 99% of your imagination. You have to engage it and enjoy it and smile through it and just be like, this is freaking awesome. And all of a sudden it falls into your plate. It really does. Everybody is able to do this. Everybody on the planet's an intuitive. Everybody's a psychic. We're all healers. We just have to relearn it. That's all. Okay. Becca. Oh, definitely. Italy, Missouri, Vermont, on the Canadian border. When I go to Vermont, I always hear Indians chanting and drums beating. Oh, so more along lines of old ancestral Native American. Gotcha. That's interesting. Missouri is very specific. And I'm wondering if you're in the situation where you would be up by the shoot in Shinola. Cohoochee. Is it Cohoochee? I'm saying it wrong, but there's a mound there. There's a sacred mound right there on Missouri River. I'm saying it wrong. I know I am. Lived there for like 2 years and I never made it there. I'm so silly. So silly. Patricia would love to travel the world. You and me too, girl. Let's do it. Amy has a connection to the Lemurian sisterhood. I would absolutely agree. We need to start our own private webpage. That and for the Delphis and for the oracles of Delphi. It's amazing when you are actually out there and you're really connecting to other people and you can go, I know you. How the hell do I know you? Do we go to school together? And after a while you start to really talk and you start to pick things apart. And if you're in doing what we do, you kind of go, I know I've had like a Greek lifetime in Athena's Pantheon. I know I've been there. I know I've been there. And I know you guys probably heard me talking about the sphinxes, that I had that aha moment after I had done the trance channel to the Delphi, the Oracle of Delphi. And I was like, holy crap, now I understand. Puzzle pieces to go together. So we meet people that we know along the way, and we bump into the energies because we set that shit up on the other side. Donna says that I'm an amazing cook with Asian food. Really? Yum. Like I was born to cook it. So possibly Asian past as well. I learned Spanish like overnight, was like gifted to me. I'm learning Norwegian like no one's business. And you know, some people are just really gifted with language. Not me. I wish I could, and I'm working towards it. But yeah, I'm working towards it in a positive manner. I'm so far behind. I hope there's some wonderful dialogue going on here, guys. Let's see. Heidi, Lemuria, Egypt, and somewhere in the Andromedan galaxy are the places I have seen. That is amazing. I love that you're reaching outside our atmosphere to recognize your past lives, because most of us that have had Lemurian past lives were star seeds that were planted there to create Eden, to create the beautiful give and take relationship that they wanted to foster across the world. And what happened was it got polluted, and people with other intentions came down and created issues. So that kind of fell apart. But it's coming. It's not, I'm not saying that type of society is coming back. I'm saying the thought process is coming back. Tracy Tate absolutely does have guides, 100%. We can't make it through this life without them. You absolutely, 100% have guides. I promise. I promise. Okay. Ellie Coyle's back. By the way, y'all, if you know, we talk about Ellie Coyle. She is Ellie's guiding light, and she is fabulous. She is so many different things, and she has a wonderful webpage, and we all love her. And she is our September's intuitive spotlight. So we will be talking to Ellie Coyle. There'll be an interview about how she got started and what she does and her services. And we will have a link this month so that everybody can book with Ellie that is in the membership and they want to talk to her. So she's our spotlight this month, and an amazing person. Kim says, oh, I just had a flashback. I would pass by a road and wondered what was down that way. Oh my gosh, I have a story about this. Years later, 3 of those places, I ended up living down that road. I have done the exact same thing, Kim. Exact same thing. Oh my gosh, how crazy is that? I was like, oh gosh, we hadn't moved out yet. So I was probably 7 or 8 years old. And my Uncle Butch, whom I love and loved, I mean, he's always around. And my cousins lived out this one road, and we would go down the highway, and I would go, gosh, I wonder if I'm ever going to go down that road. I didn't care about any of the other roads. Never cared about any of the other roads. And this one particular road, I'm like, I wonder if I had to ever go down that road, ever. And like a year later, we bought a house at the end of that road, and on the other end of it. And I was like, I guess at that point, and you hear me talking about being a late bloomer, I didn't do anything intuitive until it was later in life. And now as I look back at things, I go, oh, but isn't that crazy? Definite precog. And I suck at precog. Horrible at it. We just had in late bloomers, and I'm going to tell you guys now. We just did in late bloomers this last week. Our students did their first readings, and we go slow in class because I want to make sure everybody has all their basics and their foundations. So when they come out of class, they're reading. They're able to sit down and say, I am going to read for you, and are able to do it. Because it's all about the confidence level too. And so it was their first time reading, and we'd gone over chakras, and I'm like, okay, we've got it. We have an activity. And I had everybody bring an object to class, and then they separated off into separate Zoom rooms, and they read each other's objects. And it's called psychometry. It's a very common thing to do. I'm horrible at it. I didn't tell them that. But we have pluses and minuses on our spiritual journeys, and mine is horrible. It's psychometry, but they did such a great job. I was so proud of them. I love watching my students our students, because now Sam's teaching too, bloom into incredible intuitives. It's just the most amazing thing. It's one of my favorite things about all this. Okay. Jennifer Lewis, if you need me, girl, Louise, okay, message me. And this is the link. This is how you sign up. I tell you, we have such a great community, and $11.11 a month gets you like in on the classes. And then we all have a community where we talk in a private community. And we are a fun people. I just love you, Ellie Coyle. You're so sweet. Okay, moving on here. Let's see. You're in Live Oak, Florida? Oh, that's right. We've talked about this. We've talked about Live Oak, Florida. Okay. And in Amber's in Georgia. I think we're going to be Cahokia Mountains. That's it. Absolutely, Tracy Tate. Thank you so much. And where I'm at in Ohio, we're by Snake Mound, which I've never been to as well. But we also have the Amethyst Cave there. No, I'm sorry, it's the Amethyst Caves in Ohio, where you can go in and sit in the Amethyst Caves. Hell yeah. I just haven't done that either. I don't know. Kim says, I used to ride my horse on the trails along the Swanee River. I could imagine the Indians up on the high banks and being able to see the people below in the dugout canoes. I had something very similar happened to me when we were driving through Kansas the first time, and all I could do was see Indians on the hills. I was like, okay, this is really surreal. We are heading to you first to pick you up. Let's go get Ellie. Let's go get Ellie. Let's do a GoFundMe to group travel. One big field trip. Absolutely, Ellie. I know we got Iceland on the list. Antigua to North Miami Beach and Dayton Beach. Cahokia. You live in Missouri? We lived in Edwardsville, right outside St. Louis for quite a while. Jenna says, when I went to Indonesia, I could barely stand up. I was so dizzy from the energy. I had to take meds for vertigo just to function there. Wow. Wow. Isn't that amazing? Jennifer, you have to, honestly, I haven't changed my prices in over a year. I have people ask me what my prices are all the time. I don't know. I don't even pay attention to my account. I honestly don't. It's there. And I don't change my prices. So I don't know what they are. And I did them actually put them up almost 2 years ago now. Who on here has had soul awakening? The trance soul awakening. It's just such a wild healing session. Wild healing session. Okay. I'm all about a road trip. I'm going to be heading to Florida. I believe our next situation is going to be east of the Mississippi. That's all I can tell you. East of the Mississippi. I'm reading, guys. I'm reading what you guys have. Lisa Phillips says, my mom lost a 2-day-old baby girl in 1956. Why do I see her as a 3 or 4-year-old? If they live just a little bit, they get a little age to them. They do look like smaller children. The way I see them doesn't necessarily mean that that's the way everybody's going to see them. It's just the way I do it. Everybody's so unique and so beautiful in their own energy, in their own way, that everybody's different. Everybody's just different. Sandy says, is it possible I was a famous healer in the past because of being so drawn to it now? This is a slippery slope, okay? This is a slippery slope. We want to be excellent at what we do. Is a famous healer, who's more famous? Somebody that does a really great job in their village and saves everybody that they have associated with, or somebody that was really well into the media, or in the newspapers. So who's more famous? It depends on your world. So when it comes to thinking of being famous on doing anything spiritual, please watch the slippery slope that goes with that, because it's very easy to go to the side of, I'm an excellent healer. Who on here knows what's wrong with that? Not wrong with it, but is a little glitchy about that. That I am an excellent healer. I can heal anybody. That right there. That right there, exactly, Leslie. Our guides are infinite. Our guides are amazing, and we are channels in every instance. Every instance. When we are channeling energy, and I'm doing this is just me channeling energy. That's all. I'm telling you what your guides have to say. And if I'm doing a healing session, it is my guides. I'm just opening my chakras and letting things go. That's all it is. That's why I say everybody on just the meat suit. We are gonna have a class called the meat suit. We are gonna do it. We are, so every single one of us. Do I do pet readings? Yes, I do. I don't have them listed though. I should have it listed. I just don't for some reason, but I do pet readings. Yeah, I actually do a lot of horse readings. So everybody on the planet, everything has chakra systems. That's a living, breathing entity. Everything's a healer, really, if you think about it, because we are flowing energy through. That's our outlet. It's our outlet. And we're just passing energy around. So not that there's anything wrong with thinking about being famous, because it really, we want to be extra awesome at what we're doing. Absolutely. Every day. But your guides are saying, what is more important and what is more famous? Is it more important to be famous within a village because you helped the people within the village, or somebody had good media coverage? That's what your guides say. I'm just a meat suit. That's all I want to be. That's what I want to be when I grow up, just a meat suit. Craig Walker says, I was told I am a priest from the order of, I cannot even Maleficent. I have no idea, because I can't even pronounce it at this point, and I'm going to have to research it. Yep, I have to research it. So what does it mean that, okay, so even without knowing what the order is, okay, without knowing what the order is, I was told I'm a priest from the order of blah, and I don't know how to say it. What does that mean for present day life? It depends on how far and deep you go into your spiritual journey. Are you tapping into the energy that comes from that past lifetime, or are you just moving forward on your lifetime and enjoying everything that you have going on right now? And I'm here to tell you, your guides actually say right now, is if you live in the joy of what you have going on in this moment, right here, right now, everything else will unfold the way it's supposed to in this lifetime to take you where you need to be intuitively. So I'm not quite sure exactly what they're talking about. I don't know if you're working more towards being a healer or an intuitive, but they're saying everything is laid out there. You have the tools. You just have to live with the smile and the love in your heart to make things happen and bloom. And that is really a great message from your guides. That's so normal, Jennifer. She says, I think I may have had had strong gifts as a child, but they scared me, so I pushed them away. Now I want them back, and I can't channel it now. Change the way you're saying it. You're working on channeling. So important. Our verbiage is so important. But that is the most common story that I've heard intuition wise, is it scared me when I was younger. I didn't have any support. People told me I was wrong. We shut down. And I'm trying to gear things back up, and it does happen. Debbie Moraz says, I cannot connect with my guides. Change your verbiage. I'm working always towards the best connection and the highest connection with my guides. You can meditate, but no connection. So Your guides. That's so funny. Ask for your animal totems instead of your guides. And this came across today for whatever reason, you guys. I'm really sucking at putting up links today. So let me put this up here. This is the Shamanic Apprenticeship link, you guys. And it starts September 1st. Super affordable, but it's so funny. Super affordable, but not cheap. I am not a cheap girl. But there's so much information involved in shamanism, you guys. I have a sassy guy today. Sorry. So what was I talking about before that? Shit. Oh gosh, Jennifer Lewis. No, it wasn't Jennifer. I had moved beyond that. Oh, Deborah Morass. Animal totems. Call in animal totems. Sometimes it's easier to reach out and say, what is my animal totem, than it is to say, what is my guide? Because our brain thinks we need to come up with a whole picture of a person, when actually what we're really looking for is a vibration, a smell, a sensation, maybe an image, a sound, something. But we're working overtime. You're not dipping into all of your clairs, which we actually just had a class on that. On how do you know how to step into your meditation and feel like you were successful, even if you don't see your guides? Because you're not always going to see your guides. You may not be clairvoyant. When you go into meditation, you may need to reach out with your clairsentience or your clairaudience, your clairalience. Hopefully not your clairgustance, because I really don't need you licking your guides. It's a problem. If you do something like that, please stop. Clairgustance is that feeling of that intuitive taste. Let's not do that. Okay? But, sorry. I think I've been online too long today. No, this is me. Sorry. But we're reaching out with our different clairs, and we're trying to discover what is in our environment. Now, myself personally, I don't do a really great, and I'm always working on improving it, silent meditation. Shamanic journey for me was my pathway to really good connection. So I'm always incorporating all of these things into my shamanic journey when I'm working with my guides. So I can't wait to see that, anyhow. Is Ellie out? Ellie's out. Good night, Ellie. Ouch. Okay. Yeah. 3 a.m. Go to sleep, girl. Go to sleep. Okay. No, Glenn, I have no idea who that is. Sorry. I don't get it. I don't even get an image. I'm glad this raised your vibration, Kim. I can't wait to see what the licking your guide comments are. Okay. All right. Y'all. Yeah, I bet, because I hear Maria is in Ireland as well. So you've got to be tired. Got to be tired. We'll see you guys on our Ireland tour. 2022 is supposed to rock the house, you guys. That's what I had an astrological reading with Tammy Manzo 2 days ago, and oh, God, she's so amazing. She's so amazing. All right, guys. I really do need to. I need to bug out of here. I am tired, and I am going to do. Look at this. I'm tired, so I have some more computer work to do. I have class I'm getting up. I'm getting the protection class set up. So, of course, you guys, if you want to be involved, you can actually go to mymysticallife.com. We have a newsletter that talks about all of our classes, and I will tell you what our classes are really quickly, because we have a ton of classes coming up in the late bloomers for all of you intuitive people, every single one of you. If I can find, oh, there it is. So here's the schedule we have going on for the rest of this month. We've already done this one. Protection Basics is on the 23rd. Remote Healing is not with me, because my husband thought I looked grumpy when I taped it, and I kind of did. I was on the beach, and there's so many variables on the beach that it's beautiful and everything, but I kind of looked grumpy because I was concentrating, and he's going to retape it for me. And if you've had Sam's healing sessions, he's amazing. trance session to Archangel Michael. I will be recording that so you can watch it over and over and over, and always go sit in front of Archangel Michael and have a conversation. In September 1st, our shamanic apprenticeship starts. All of this you can find at life.com, you guys. On the 2nd, we're giving away Donna Brett's book, and you will get to see her interview to the spirits, the Keeper of the Spirits is her book. I'm sorry, I should have it in front of me, but I sucked and I didn't do it. Then we have another remote healing with Sam on the 4th. The 5th, we have the ice calcite giveaway. If you guys haven't seen the ice calcite that we're giving away, please go to My Mystical Life, because you don't want to miss out on it. It is amazing. Amazing. Oh, we have great crystal shops here, guys. So anyways, okay, great. Thank you for telling me that, Craig, because I'm like, I don't know how to pronounce that. Okay. Okay. And then we have on the 7th, the Violet Flame class. On the 11th, Intuitive Spotlight with Ellie Coyle. The 14th, we'll be doing a fluorite class with Sam. He's extremely thorough in his crystal classes. You will know how to use that crystal when he is done. 18th, guided meditation to Saint Germain, because we're working with a Violet Flame that month. You'll be comfortable walking up and talking to him. 21st, Ancient Civilization this month is Atlantis. Last month was Lemuria. 24th is question and answer through the members. We had so much fun on the question and answers last night. It was amazing. Oh, you just ordered her book. She's so fun. Donna's one of my original teachers. I love her. Okay. On the 25th, Member Spotlight will be Tammy Ammett this month. 26th will be the Shamanic question and answer. If you are in the Platinum Shamanic, you get to come to both of those question and answers, because that one includes the Late Bloomers membership. So you get the Shamanic Apprenticeship Education and the Late Bloomers as well. So that's a lot of fun. On the 28th, stepping into the Akashic calls. So we have a lot coming up, and the classes you guys want to have are amazing. I can't wait to do the Stargate class, light language, just all this really incredible stuff. So we have so many incredible things coming up that I can't even, you guys. So, all right, everybody have a wonderful evening. Find joy, feel blessed, feel divine, because you are. All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye.